the big things about doing radio is that you actually have the opportunity to help people, but sometimes we need help. And I'm in New Clare today, it's just west of Johannesburg. It's a charming suburb, but people do need help here as well. It's riddled with gangsterism and all the problems that come with gangsterism. So there has been quite a bit of help that has been received by the Dis-Chem Foundation. In fact, a few months ago, they came here and they met up with the people here at this charming bakery. And if you look behind me, you'll see one or two banners which says the Dis-Chem Foundation, also the Humanitarian Empowerment Fund. And basically what they've done is they've got together and the money is now being channeled into this lovely bakery here. Children are no longer going to school hungry. The local community can come buy bread for next to nothing. People who are survivors of GBV get some help as well. So it's great to see that, courtesy of the Dis-Chem Foundation, that help has arrived and it has been growing over the past few months. And what we will do today is have a look around. We will be speaking to all those involved, and then apart from that, we'll be visiting the bakery because their bread smells really nice. Tell us more about the Humanitarian Empowerment Fund, and you were telling me earlier it's about helping one person at a time.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. Our need is great in our communities, and we might think you're not making a difference. But with HEF, we empower communities one person at a time through food security, education and restoration. So what we do is, as we'll hear the story with Mark, it's people coming out of the community, being empowered so they can give back to the community. And the funds from the Dis-Chem Foundation monthly for this year thus far has helped us towards the bakery and the operational side of the bakery and of the center in itself. And that's what and it also assisted towards our stationery drive, because hundreds of kids we've assisted with stationery. And we want to say thank you to Dis-Chem. And as we continue to get funds from them, we will be using it towards these initiatives.
I come from a past where I've been 23 years on drugs. I've been living in my car for 8 years. And I've been in gangsterism also the same amount of time where I've been on drugs. So I just want to thank God for putting me in a church where I am today. So that's what I can tell you.
Baking bread. When they first said to you, would you like to bake bread? Did you laugh and go, come on guys, how do you bake bread?
Well, I never really thought I'd bake bread today. But it's nice baking bread because you're feeding a community with stone. It is hard. But they would rather buy drugs so you can give them bread.
Mark, tell us about your rock bottom moment. That moment when you decided, and you've touched on it, but when you decided things had to change. What was that day? Take us through that day.
Okay, it was like 2 months before the time where I smoked myself and I got a stroke, slight stroke. And I couldn't do what I needed to do anymore to provide for myself and my habits. And then for the next 2 months I just started praying to God in my car. And that's when he showed me Pastor Angel's face. He showed it to me because I was still in my sinful nature. When I met Pastor Angel and I started changing.
But let's fast forward a little bit. So you went through that, you went back to your car, you came here to the bakery. Just describe when you first came here, what you were feeling, what you were thinking.
That for the 2 months that I was in my car and I couldn't provide for myself and I had a slight stroke and I had to ask people for bread, not realizing it for the time that I'm going to have to make bread now. For the same people that didn't want to give me bread.
You have a daughter as well. Tell us about your relationship with your daughter. How old is she? And it must have been lovely to have her dad back.
Yes, she's now at the age of 13. And for the last 3 years that I'm clean, my relationship has been restored.
What difference is this bakery making? The HEF, what difference is it making in the lives of New Clare, the immediate neighborhood?
Massive, massive, massive difference, because we're feeding old age homes, and feeding kids with this bakery. And Jeff is helping us a lot on that. So, I mean, most of the time donating bread to people that's worn out and doesn't have food for the night.
For me, what's very important is that every time our customers make legible purchases and swipe their Dis-Chem loyalty cards, it enables us to do more good work. So we just encourage people to continue swiping their benefit cards. So hopefully we can just grow the foundation into helping more people and more organizations.
Jackie, how easy is it to get your benefit card? It must be like 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's ever so easy to get our benefit cards. You can go in store. It will become as easy as a WhatsApp. And we also have a youth benefit card, which is for those between the ages of 18 and 25. So please go get your benefit cards, loyalty cards if you don't already have one, and swipe away. Go shopping and swipe and help us to help the community.